Good morning, you beautiful chickens. So, do you know why it's so funny? Why chickens are so funny? Because they make a lot of yolks. It's an early morning, and I've been thinking, the rooster has been here for just over a week now. And so I want to start putting the eggs in the incubator, but I don't want to put infertile eggs in the incubator, obviously, or get an incubator first. I think I know where to find one. And then put the eggs in there, but I'm not sure how long the rooster should be with the hens before the eggs are fertile. So that is my Google search for today. I quickly had to come out to a farm, and I want to show you this. There is literally thousands of guinea fowl on this guy's farm. You can imagine what this does to his tick population. Thousands and thousands of them. These things we call a post, where cattle come to drink water. And so all the animals on the farm gather, or in the camp, gathers at this space here. Now if you have these many guinea fowl, I don't know if you can see them on camera, around the post, they clean up all the ticks. And that has got a big benefit on your farm. See if I can keep driving while filming this. Because if you stop driving, then they might run away. But seeing kudu so close to the road, hold on. Seeing kudu so close to the road and close to not running away from cars means that these people don't hunt from the utes. They don't hunt from the buckies. You can see that is a mineral leak. It's been lifted up from the ground. These are all female kudu. See, with the big ears. I saw a couple of males, but they were too quick for me. Now these things jump over a 2-meter fence, no problem. 2.5-meter fence, no problem. They are very fast. But these people look after their land quite well. They are, just put my seatbelt on before it starts complaining. Take you on the drive out of the farm. I just left the house. Morning is still here. I just have to come and do something for them quickly. And the animals that you see on here, just by driving to the house and back from the main road, is actually quite spectacular. There's an ostrich. Some ostriches here. Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit. So, interesting fact, when I was a child, my father would see these with ostriches. I don't know if he did it once or he did it every time, but he would shout something to the lines of chicken! And in our language it's Hoonar! And so when I met my wife, we were driving one day, and all of a sudden I went Hoonar! She almost had a heart attack. And I realized the other day, I placed it on our family chat, and I asked whether my father did it always, whether he still does it, or whether it's just me. And my one little sister says she does exactly the same thing. She doesn't know why, but whenever she drives past an ostrich, she screams at it, chicken! Like, you know, in our language, obviously. So that's something interesting. Okay, let's drive out. You can see the grazing is still great. Just close the window just for the sound purposes. I didn't bring my mic. I thought I'll just come and do this quickly and then continue with my day, but I want to show you what this looks like. So they cut the grass next to the road for fires, and then they spend loads of time debushing. So this is what our veld looks like when it's not debushed, and then this is what the veld looks like when it is debushed. Interesting thing about those little termite mounds is they always point to the north. So interesting, but quite a big difference that makes to that. So your land is just much more usable once you take the encroachment bush out. Boy, I'm not sure how interesting this is to you. Just a normal drive through Namibian landscapes. Guinea fowl coming up. Plenty of guinea fowl. the one great thing every time I'm on this farm. There is guinea fowl and guinea fowl and guinea fowl. That is such a sign of a healthy landscape. And then right there in front, is that the jackal or is that a steenbok? Steenbok. Damn it, I missed him. You know, guinea fowl here. Steenbok, let's see if we can find the steenbok. It's just hiding behind that thing there, that anthill there. Steenbok is a small little antelope, so we don't hunt them at all. It's maybe only in the tribal lands where they get hunted. It is gone. It was right here in the road, but it can disappear and lie down in the grass very quickly. So, just as a joke, my father one day said, you know, I never had one, so when I'm on my deathbed, you need to bring me, cook the, what do you call it, bohm section. My English is running out this morning, but the bohm section of the antelope, cook that for me and bring it to me while I'm on my deathbed. As I said, it would be very interesting if he's just thinking he's having a normal cold, and here I am bringing him that cut of a steenbok, showing to him that the rest of the family believes he's on his end, and he's just lying there thinking that he's got a terrible cold. Right, so continue on the road. There, some kudu. There's some kudu. Females. That one is scared. Oh, there's some in the road as well. Check how easily they jump over that little fence. Wonder what they're doing in the road. Well, obviously they're grazing in the road. For them it's not that much. Oh, I think, okay, these ones are going to jump out now, so we can witness that. Check. Young females. So, fun fact, I only learned how at a very late stage in life. Only about 13 years I learned how to hunt, and so my very first antelope that I shot was a kudu, female kudu, and I shot her while she jumped over the fence. So it was quite a spectacular shot, but that was my very first antelope that I shot. Before that, I was used as a killing guy in the family. So from a very young age, my mother farmed rabbit intensively, and with rabbits, there's very often you have to put them down or kill them or whatever. We never slaughtered them, but you get ones that gets very injured very badly or gets born disfigured or something like that, and then you have to put them down. And so my brother always gave me the job to do. And then whenever a dog had to be put down, that was me. I had to shoot the dogs. And then whenever horses had to be killed, it was also me. So by the time I shot my first antelope, I shot hundreds of horses. Well, not hundreds, of many horses. I shot many dogs. In fact, it became such a big thing that people from town would give their dogs to my brother for him to bring them out to me, and I would shoot them on the farm. So I would shoot many dogs before ever hunting anything for meat. Later in life, obviously, I'm struggling now with shooting dogs and shooting horses and so on. Well, I'm struggling, but I'm definitely not as closed off to it anymore as I am. I think no hunter, nobody that owns a gun, there's a moment, that moment where the animal dies. That's a terrible moment. And so the last dog of my own that I shot was one of our dogs that got poisoned. And so I have this rule in general that I don't spend money when I don't think the animal's gonna make it. But anyway, I love this dog, and so we spent quite a lot of money. We took it to the vet and we got drips. My wife has worked for a dog farmer. It doesn't sound right, a dog breeder and a pig farmer, so she knew how to put in the drip. We had this dog on drips for days, spent thousands on medicine, etc. And then one day she said to me, listen, this dog, this is the end, you need to go put this dog down. And so off I went, and let's look at some cattle quickly. Picked up this dog on the bakkie, on the ute, like the Australians would call it, and drove to the farm. And the dog didn't want to get on the ute, on the bakkie, and so I picked her up with all my power, placed her on the back, tied her down, drove to the farm, and then as I got they took her off, tag was wagging, jumped back on again, put her back down from the car, tail was wagging again. I point the gun and my radio was on, and then as I'm struggling with this dog to just sit still so I can shoot her, the song came up, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. And I phoned my wife. I said, listen, I don't believe in this kind of stuff at all, but something's telling me that I shouldn't put this dog down. I am going to bring this dog home and we're going to give it another try. So I brought the dog home, went down to the vet again, got lots of medicine again, spent another couple of thousands of dollars, tried another 2 days, and then the dog became very, very ill in such a way that I don't even want to describe it on the video. So I switched the radio off, made sure the radio wasn't on, drove to the farm, did it, and that was the last dog that I shot. And I hope it's not something that I have to do again quickly. Okay, so that drive turned a very dark very quickly. I didn't mean for that to happen. It's just one story leads to the other. Okay, let's continue. I think I should pick up speed a little bit so that I can get out here. Guinea fowl, plenty and plenty of guinea fowl, which is fantastic. Thousands and thousands. See how they're on there. Awesome. Okay, let's make some speed. I can understand why farmers in southern Africa are willing to give their lives for their farms. If you can imagine if this land was in your family for a couple of generations and somebody wants to come and take it away without compensation, in other words without paying you, why you would be willing to sacrifice your life for it. Because every little pole in the ground has been planted by your father or your grandfather or somebody in your previous generations. Every road has been built by somebody. Every bush that had to be taken out has been taken out. Every tree that's been planted has been planted. And everything's got a story. So if you have a gate like this, then you know your great grandfather built that thing there, and then it was changed by your father here. There's some more kudu. Awesome. Hello, young ladies. This is such a sign of such a healthy farm. The animals that's not scared of the car at all. Just makes life so much better when you can actually see them. When the people hunt from the buckies or from the utes, and then the animals are scared as hell. As soon as you stop, then they run like there's no tomorrow. So imagine that's your drive to work every morning. Right, and this is the main road, and that, my friends, is going to be the end of my story for this morning. I'll see if I can get some more footage on the farm, but otherwise I'll see you tomorrow.